What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about my embroidery machine. Now, most of you guys know this summer I got me the Ricoma MT1501. It's a 15 needle single head machine, and since I got it, we've been running this thing non-stop. Now, first things first, I got this machine so I could embroider my own stuff, like these hats right here, and also to do low quantity runs for a lot of local businesses, like this right here. Here's 24 hats right here that I did on my single head machine. Now, I got a few more to do, so I'm gonna walk you guys through the process. All right, so first things first, we're gonna wanna make sure that the machine is unlocked. Now, we're gonna select our file from the machine's memory. This is the one right here that we're gonna be doing on these tan hats. Select OK. Now you're gonna go to Design Set. Design Set, you're gonna pick the cap hoop. Now from here, we're gonna check out our colors to make sure we got the right colors. 4 is gonna be white, 8 is gonna be navy blue. Now we're ready to hoop the hat. I pre-cut all my stabilizer. I buy the stabilizer from Amazon also. Back of the hat, open up the sweatband. Velcro straps, I'm pulling them down, and I'm gonna use these binder clips. Now let's load it up. Here's the hat. Stabilizer on the inside. Push it in till you hear it click. Now it's ready to go. We got the machine locked. First thing we're gonna do is trace the design. So it's gonna outline the area that we're gonna be stitching on. Let's go into needle 1. So that's the complete area that it's gonna stitch on. Start it up. So right now it's stitching on all the white thread first. So it's gonna do white first and then navy blue right after. White's done. Now it's gonna move on to navy blue. All right, I'm gonna try to talk over this machine while it's running right now and answer a couple questions that I've been getting. So the hardest part that I struggled with when we first got this machine is hooping the hat. Making sure everything is nice and straight, nice and flat, and nice and smooth. That was my biggest struggle. I still have a hard time doing it now, but after doing it so many times, it got a little bit easier. Another question I get is how long does it take to stitch a hat? For these hats right here, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to do. I could bump the speed up to 1,000, but I have it set at about 750 to 800. And when doing this 2-color job, like I said, it stitches the white, stops, and then it does the blue. It takes about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, one of the other things that I like about it is the consumable cost is dumb cheap. So spools of thread that look like this right here go for like $4 to $8, depending on the color. Some of these I got off of Amazon, some of these we found in downtown LA, but all the thread that we've been using is the same. So 40's the weight, 100% polyester thread is what we've been running on here. So like I said, it could be anywhere from like $4 to $8, that's on Amazon. But you can find it other places for cheaper. One of the other things that we had to buy is bobbins. So a lot of people use the magnetic bobbins. We bought a box of the paper-sided bobbins. They've been working perfect for us. You get like a box of like 140 of them on Amazon for pretty cheap also. And then the other thing you're gonna wanna buy is stabilizer. Stabilizer goes on the back of the hat so it can make it a little bit more rigid when it's stitching on it. Stabilizer I bought on Amazon also. It was like a 50-yard roll, 50 yard by like 12-inch roll. and it was something cheap like 11 bucks or something like that. So it comes out in the roll, and then I just pre-cut everything so I could just have it ready, stick it into the hat, and then start stitching. And one of the other things you're gonna wanna buy, and this is a little bit more pricey, is actual foam for the 3D puff embroidery. So you're gonna wanna get foam so it could look something like this. The only thing behind here is just foam. If you wanted to pick up any of these local hats, you could go to localroots.com, check them out for yourself, but that's what the foam does. Puffs it up. Gives it that 3D effect. And outside of all that, that's basically all the consumables that you're gonna need. Thread, stabilizer, bobbins, foam for the 3D puff look, and blank hats. Another thing you might want to look into is needles. So we've been using the 8012 titanium needles for the 6-panel structured hats. All the 6-panel structured hats, we've been using the 8012 titanium needles with no issues. Stuff for like the unstructured dad hats and stuff like that with like small techs, we just been using the standard 7511 needles for that kind of stuff. So hopefully this answers some of the questions for you guys that have been thinking about getting into embroidery or been wanting to see videos around this embroidery machine. I'll leave the link to the Ricoma machine that I got so you can do some more research, check it out for yourself, and feel free to hit up Ricoma directly and ask all the questions you want. So before investing into a machine or wanting to get into embroidery, make sure they can answer all the questions that you have, so that way you make a better educated purchase. But for myself, I'm mad that I didn't get one earlier. I let the price tag scare me off. We've only had this thing in operation for maybe 2 months, and this machine runs every single day, 7 days a week. It's basically paid for itself already. Outside of stitching my own products, finding that sweet spot of doing low quantity runs for a lot of the local businesses has been a huge money maker for me. You gotta remember, a lot of the bigger embroidery shops have the really big machines, so they have really high minimums. So for the local businesses that just wanna run 12 to 24 hats, easy call. We take that business in all the time, and that's what keeps this machine running. So far, there's no regrets on my end. The only regret I would have is I'm mad that I didn't get one earlier, because this thing right here basically just prints money for me. And finding the work, very easy, because like I said, we're doing low quantity runs, and I'm specializing in only doing low quantity runs. So for the guys that don't want to do 3-4 dozen hats and just want to do 1 dozen, maybe 2 dozen hats, easy call. All right, so hopefully this answered some people's questions. If you have more questions about this machine, I don't know everything about it, but if I could try to point you in the right direction to answer the question for you, I will. Leave it in the comments or follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.